Hey guys, Wheatywaffle here today, and we are back in City Skylines, and you'll notice we've got this just empty area here, which we did not have at the end of the last part. So in between parts, I was just messing around, and it kind of turned into me totally moving all of this industrial over here. So let me explain kind of what I've done here. Nothing changed really with the two rail terminals that we have. I did not work at all on the subway, but the Watul connection with the trains actually was reworked. So now the connection is happening over here. And I'm realizing that they're taking... Where did that train come from? Do we have cargo trains taking this? No, these are all local schmokels. And then this wouldn't have cargo on it at all. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's what we've done. In between parts, I did make a few small changes. So when we ended off in the last part, our industrial area was over here in Grove Crest. I've gone ahead and just moved that over here. I didn't do anything fancy. This is just a grid. It's just a bunch of squares. Nothing remarkable over here. I did add in a police station as well as a fire station. This is a or the road maintenance building that needs to move. It's not staying there permanently. And then I did move the Fairview Ridge cargo terminal. However, this cargo terminal actually needs to now change its name to Watul cargo terminal. And let's see if we can get a sense of where these trains are. So we have a train coming in here. Let's go ahead and fast forward. And let's see how this train gets into the Watul cargo facility. So we come on through here, we go through the rail hub, which is fine with me. I do not mind that at all. And then we come off here and we come down here. I was anticipating it was going to go a different direction, but what is it doing now? Oh, it's just stopping there and reversing. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. I'm not mad about that. That can continue. It can continue doing that. I had set this up so that it could come off of this road here, come down this route, and then turn in. But if the game is going to choose to do it a different way, I'm not going to stop it. I mean, that's fine with me. Does it take this on the way back? There we go. Oh, so on the way back, it does not use that road either. Okay. The train does use this in a strange and unique way, but for now, we're going to leave it. We will figure that out later. Additionally, you will notice that I did just do a quick little highway connection here. I've got a very basic kind of T interchange here that just feeds straight on over. One road comes in and one road goes out. For now, it's just so we can get traffic kind of focused on this area. So if you're trying to get here, you don't have to come in from here and then work your way all the way over it. You can just directly enter Watul. This will probably see lots of changes as we continue to expand, but for now it will do just fine. Other than that, before I kind of jump into a change I do want to make, the only other thing I think I did, first of all, I do just want to say Coleridge Bluff, with the fully grown trees, this is fantastic to me. This is awesome to me.
This is awesome to me.
I love that. So I do want to kind of go through and try to fill in some trees in all of our developed areas. We're going to get to that. That'll be something I do off camera. I don't think it'd be very interesting to watch, but I want to have fuller trees throughout. One thing I did change was this right here, Sheffield. Yeah, Sheffield Street used to just be a 2-lane road. That was not working, so I upgraded it into a 4-lane road. So now we've got Sheffield Street as an avenue that comes all the way through from Briarwood Highway as well as Sheffield, which Briarwood connects to Grove, and then that comes out and just spits everyone out on Dean Street, which is fine with me. So what I want to jump into today, first and foremost, I want to go ahead and make a change to this area. We're going to delete Strawberry Street that's on the side of our train station. I don't think it's necessary. And then I want to grab this right here and just kind of smooth this section out into a bit nicer looking kind of connection there. And then we are going to do one additional thing, which is we're going to remove the key wall from this portion of road, although it has created a strange issue there. It exists on one side and not on the other. Can I just kind of smooth that so that that doesn't happen, or is that not possible? We're just going to have that weird moment there. I don't think it's possible to get rid of this little piece here. That's just a glitch. The road is not broken in any way, so we're going to leave that alone for now. I don't want to get too caught up in that. All right, but what I wanted to do is I want to change, or not change, I guess, but add a extension of this avenue. So this avenue is going to come out here, and then we're going to take this avenue pretty far, I think. Or actually, let's go straight just a bit further. And now from here, we're going to go ahead and kind of go next to our road here. Eventually, this road is going to get a lot of traffic because I think this is going to lead into a new downtown, or not downtown, a new suburb. But for now, it's just going to go underneath of this highway we have here and head out this direction so that we can then build out here. But I think that looks pretty nice. Okay, great. So we have that extension done. What I want to spend today on, I was going to do our subway. I'm going to give that a second. I'm going to think on it. I'm going to just wait. Maybe I'll do it in a minute here. But I did not delete any of the roads here. So what I would like to do is make some edits and changes here to this area so that we have a new suburb that we can fill in. So what we're going to start with is I am going to delete, do I want to delete the bus routes? Not particularly, but I do think they're going to get messed up a little bit, and that's okay. We're going to remove this section of road here. We also have this exit off of Orchard Highway, which comes down and around, but then it also comes up and out. I don't think they're both necessary now that we are kind of shifting how this all works. So instead, we're going to change this so that it's just a kind of a curve. Let's go straight to here, and then we're going to go ahead and curve out. Come straight on into here. So there's an entrance there. Do we need an access point from this side onto here? I can't see how that would hurt. I would really love, I think, can I fit a road? We're going to fit a road. Here's what we're going to do. I would like to have a road next to this, if at all possible. Let's turn everything off, and let's see if we can do this. I'm half tempted just to turn on anarchy for this, because I know that this road can fit under here. It's just a matter of letting the game know that I know that it can do that. So here's what we're going to do. Come from here, straight on through. It goes past, underneath that bridge just fine, so there's no reason that wouldn't work. And then what I want to do is I want to... What was I trying to solve? I had it coming from here, but now I would like it to come from further behind. Wait, now I've kind of forgotten my train of thought. Because we have this exit. I'd love to have one come on to the bridge, or excuse me, onto the highway. I actually think I just kind of want to redo a portion of this. We're gonna undo this whole little section. There's no reason for us to keep it, and we're changing all this about, so we might as well. There's also like this weird setup where that doesn't actually go straight, which I would like it to go straight if we could. Okay, so now what I want to do, we have an entrance here onto this section of Grove Highway. I obviously want an exit to come off as well, or I guess, yeah, an exit from Grove Highway onto Briarwood Highway. So I guess we're just re-adding what I took away, actually. Now that I'm like looking at this and thinking about it, there's no reason for that to be any different than what it is. So I think that would just be like that. Let's turn everything off here and just adjust that just a bit. There we go. So there's that exit and entrance into kind of this section of our city. But then I think it would benefit us to do a few things here. So first, is anything connected up? There is power lines there. I don't think they're doing much of anything. We're going to delete this for now. delete these power lines. We got to remember we deleted, and by we, I mean I deleted a transformer station. So we need to come back and pick her up and maybe replace that. Let's delete all of this here. Just send it all the way back down. And while I'm thinking of it, I mean, are we doing okay with power? Yeah, 1,187 megawatts, and we're only consuming 91 megawatts, so we're doing fine there. What I would like to do, oh, and I forgot to turn off the radio. Get out of town. I would like to have a bridge that comes over and connects over here from this area and gets our one neighborhood connected up to our other neighborhood. So let's turn this all the way down, turn off anarchy. And what I would like to do, we have a one-way road here, a one-way road here. I think we're gonna go from this road here, because I don't think this is gonna be, knock on wood, a heavily trafficked road, but I do think we need to prepare for the possibility of heavy traffic. Okay, so the 625 allows us to have the brick underlay, but it doesn't cross over the road. It would if I went there, but it won't cross this direction. Okay, so let's go back up here. Let's try this again. But instead of doing it like that, let's go here. Let's go up to 7.5. Okay. Can we just cross straight on over? Okay. Can I cross to here? And then can I cross to here? With no real change there? Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and D-zone that. Oh. I just wanted to D-zone that little square. These look like American houses. Okay, D-zone that little guy there. Great. So now we have a road crossing over the highway here and coming to this side. And so then we can just take this from here, send it straight on down to the ground. We want to get it to 0. Great. And then with roads, as long as the grade is like no more than I'd say like 10-12%, I'm fine with it. So I'm going to just send this straight on out to here. Switch on over to a straight road. Let's lock in at the 90. The 90 isn't actually what I want. What I want is this road. So we're going to send this right from here at 180. Bam. Phenomenal. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of this. Now, we're going to have one issue, which I should keep this on. Ooh. Can I keep it on play? Yeah, I didn't make any crazy changes. Everybody still have power, right? Like nobody's struggling for connectivity. Oh, and we have a transformer here. We're fine. 51% usage. All that's looking good. What about you? 2% usage. Do these have percentage usage? Oh, up to 400 megawatts. Electricity flow. Interesting. The only problem we're going to have here in redeveloping this is that this area does have some severe ground pollution, which is not great. We've shifted that pollution over to here, but this area has been an industrial hub for so long that I think it's going to take a while for any of this pollution to go away. Okay, so let's keep doing some edits here. We're just going to build this out while the pollution does its thing. I'm trying to keep as many, not maybe as many, but most of the roads that we have here. I don't necessarily think we need to go through and completely erase it. And I'm trying to, I guess, grow this section of the city, evolve it even. Let's say that. I'm trying to evolve this section of the city based on what was already there. So we're going to send this avenue. Can I get that 180? I like that. Yeah, let's send that here. And I do think what I would like to do is make one change to this area, which is that this is now going to become an avenue all the way through here. Let's just back this piece up. We're going to use a similar connection point, but I just want to start this section over here. Get that nice and center, curve it over here, and then connect it straight on in. All right, so now we have this avenue, which comes through here and connects over through Lake East. So that's great because that gives us that direct access to the highway, but we have some strange math going on with our zoning. So first, turn on anarchy just so we can upgrade this road. Not our zoning, excuse me, our lane counts. So we have 2 lanes here and 2 lanes here. However, we only have 1 lane going on and off the highway. So let's shift that. We are going to switch this over to, we make that a 2 lane. I don't know if that needs to be a 2 lane. I wouldn't mind if this was 2 lane. Anarchy back on. Go and shift that over to a 2 lane road. It is going to cause some issues though because I can't... Well, I guess not. If you want to exit, you're going to exit here. And if you want to go straight, you're going to go into that lane. We'll see how that works. I don't know if it's going to work long term, but we're going to try. We'll try. I do wonder if it maybe makes actually a bit more sense to switch this off to this instead. Delete, delete, see if we get something new there. Now we have 2 lanes coming off, going into this intersection, and then this lane here is a turn only where this other lane goes forward. I like that. I like that. Because this is such a, it's a choke point for sure because we're at that entrance of this area, I'm going to remove the traffic lights. No need for traffic lights. There is no world in which you guys should be able to turn this way. So we're just going to click and confirm that. And I'm also going to set it so that this lane here cannot turn onto Rosewood Street to the left. What is this road? Sterling. Yeah, I want to have this be straight or a turn right. And then similarly here, I don't think that you're allowed to turn that direction either. So you have to go straight or you can turn to the left. But because we've got, you know, a rectangle here, I don't think it's a big deal. You would just have to go around the block, whatever. You will survive. Okay, so we've got kind of that main structure there with that road. Let's switch back over here to this road tool. I'm gonna send this straight on out from here at the the 90. Some people are gonna be upset. Some people are not gonna have power. You know, that's just gonna happen. Send that to here. This intersection, I think we leave it. Is it something gnarly? A little bit, but there are 2 kind of distinct grids joining together, and there's bound to be some strange connections when that happens. I think we'll send this straight on down as well. No, let's go from here. There's a 90. Do we want a third? No. But I also don't like that there's this one tiny little road there, so I think we just let that block be a bit bigger. This can come down to here. But I also think I don't love this here anymore. I would rather that just be that alley, which now it is, which is great. Kind of cuts through that section. And I guess we could do things like that. Like for here, we could continue this road, but it would just be an alley that then connects over to this road here. Right there is fine. I don't think that this would need to have lights, and I don't think that this would need to have crosswalks, frankly, on any of it. We'll leave the one there across the alleyway, but otherwise it's just a little cypress lane, tiny little lane cutting right through. Similarly, I'm going to do a few paths in advance. Just going to slap a path there. I wouldn't mind actually taking this alleyway, put it on the complex curve, have that curve right on through onto this road. Let's go ahead and add in a bit more in terms of paths. I'm going to put a path here, connecting one side to the other. I'm also going to I'm going to leave this open. This might become something. I don't know what, but I think it could become something. Over here, we have this roundabout, so we might as well use it. We can't go underneath from that point, but what we could do No complex curve. We're entering summer. The colors are changing. Love it. I don't want that to be too close, so this will go, I guess, to here. To back that up. Can this go underneath? It can. All right, and then what we're going to do with this section is I'm going to basically follow this area here. And I'm going to curve it up and we're going to dead end it. And the reason I'm going to do that is so we don't get those crazy roads that where the whole road loop is the same name of the road, which just realistically would not happen. It would make it impossible to understand where you're driving. Okay, there we go. So now we've got that little section. That looks nice. This one can frankly just go straight on through. I don't see why we wouldn't keep that as a connection point. Let's give it a few more connections, but nothing too extravagant. And I might do one here as well. There does seem to be some additional lanes added here, which for now, I think we're going to get rid of. We're going to turn this all just into regular 2-lane roads and see how that works. I like that these are a bit offset from the highway, so we're going to keep that as is. This again, offset. We can put some trees there. I think that'll look nice. All this looks good. We've got paths. I want to keep that whole section open. I would not mind doing, I think, one more pedestrian setup here, which would be from here to here, right through the middle. And then I want to take it all the way over from here to here. We're going to come 90 from that point. It does really, really ruin this zoning, which I don't love. Let's do it this way. Let's use this as our connecting piece. And I don't think we need all of that, all those crosswalks. I think that might just be unnecessary. Let's just rebuild this. It's because the avenue and everything is not perfectly straight, but I like that we have that kind of connecting road now. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we have this new area-ish. New-ish area. Yeah, I have no edits or changes there. So we're also going to have some issue, I think, with people zoning in. That's bound to happen. I mean, this area does not look particularly inviting if you are a resident, but whatever. We'll throw some offices behind here. I'm just going to kind of come along Sterling Street real quick. Before we get too far along, let's go ahead and do some office and do some commercial. We're going to leave this box open, I think, for now. We'll go ahead and do a bit more commercial along this side. Ooh, better yet, do the commercial along this back half. End here blocking the noise from that train because it's going to have its own noise. We will do offices along here so that we can immediately jump into doing some residential. This area already had offices as kind of a part of its build out. I don't know what's going on with that little section there. We're just going to leave it alone. Oh, you know what? There's a parking lot in the way. Heard. Let's fill this out with some additional commercial. This has commercial and residential kind of interspersed with each other, which is fine. And then we also have this kind of central road here, which I'm thinking we let all of that be... You know what? Let's let it be offices. No, I want all this to be... if you can tell, it looks like the zoning is actually facing onto Florence Street. And in this case over here, it's facing onto Sheffield. It's not actually facing Sterling. So because of that, all of this, I think, can become residential. I think I'm totally fine with that. What I do want to consider is, I think before we go further, let's look at services, and that will inform where we can build things. So healthcare, eventually we're going to build a hospital down here. It is on my episode sheet. I plan to build one, just haven't gotten to it yet. I could see there being a benefit to having an additional clinic in this area, especially if we could sneak it in somewhere. I really don't like the way they're using this curve, but if it's not hampering the ability for us to move goods, I guess I can't complain. It does cause an unnecessary junction point here with traffic. I am going to move this transformer. We're going to sneak this transformer over to here, reconnect it up, just like so. and then remove this power line here. So now what do we have here? Electricity bottleneck. There is not enough electricity transfer capacity at this point of the grid to deliver the required power. Ooh, I've never had that issue. Okay, can we increase your capacity? We cannot. So then instead of increasing your capacity, can we place a second one of you? I think let's keep it unpaused. Sometimes you just have to deal with the drama. We're gonna place a second one here, connect it right in as well. Now we have two of them, but I don't know if that solves anything because it's all trying to come out here in this one road, and this one road can't support all of that. Okay. Okay. Delete, delete. Put a road. Delete, delete, delete. Put a road here. That does connect right on up to here. Grab the electricity. Place the transformer down. But not there. We still want it along this side road. But now that electricity can flow out of two different directions. So it can go out this way, but can also go out this way. Does that work? Yeah, there's a better opportunity for flow here. 64% usage. So this transformer itself is fine. It's just that that road has a lot, I guess, a power line underneath, and that power line is not able to support all of the electricity coming out on its own. But having this in a loop, we're kind of spreading that power out. It looks like between this direction and this direction, you can see how much power is pumping out of here. See how like light that line is getting? Whereas if you come over here, there's a little bit less coming out over this direction. Small coal power plant. Yeah, I don't need any of this. What is this? A huge battery bank stores electricity that can be used to negate the problems caused by blackouts or energy consumption spikes. How big is it? Oh, it's big. It's big. But I will say, I would not mind having some batteries. This is unrelated to what I was trying to accomplish here, but we're going to send this straight on out. And then we're going to stick a medium roundabout on there just to kind of cap that. But let's go ahead and connect this guy up and get some additional battery power going here. Now we have two battery packs. They're both going to fill up with extra energy, 65 megawatts, 76 megawatts. Great. So they're charging, and we'll just have some extra battery packs there. That's awesome. Okay. Back to what we were working on, Grove Crest. Our transformer's now working, so we've got that moved out of the way. We were looking at placing down a clinic, and I like the idea of it being kind of in one of these central-ish areas. I think right there could work well. Do either of these upgrades go behind the building? They do. What is this upgrade? Additional space for more patients. I don't think we necessarily need it, but I'm going to build it anyway, just so that I can figure out where a parking lot would fit. A parking lot would fit right there. So we're going to do that. Now we're going to have to come in and anarchy in some trees, which, you know what, frankly, I think we do that right now. What is this guy? The birch. I'm a fan. Anarchy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birch trees right along there. That just looks beautiful. It's a beautiful little building. And you know what? Because health is important and we don't have a hospital, let's also go ahead and add the additional ambulances. Let's just build out that little facility there. Everybody can be happy. I think this spot could really benefit from anarchy being turned off first and seeing if we can fit in some kind of park here. This will not fit. An outdoor gym does not make sense. The skate park does not make sense. We could fit, I guess, 2 tennis courts. The community pool is too large. There's a large playground we could also plop in here. The large city park is going to be too big. Maintenance building is not it. The small park is cute and seems to satisfy kind of a lot of this area. Let's place the small park right here. Is it possible to connect to the paths within here? Like if I anarchied this path it does look as though it might work. That just is unnecessary, but at least it's connected to that road, I believe. And then with Anarchy on, we are going to just place a few more trees. I don't think I'm going to go ahead and detail kind of all of this, but who knows? Very green, very lush. Okay. So we had that little section there. Let's keep moving through. Do we need death care in this area? Our crematorium frame rate always tanks with this particular view. Our crematorium is processing 81 deaths a month, but can handle up to 117. And our cemetery has 89% available. So we don't need another cemetery right now. The crematorium does produce some noise pollution and slight air pollution. If we look, we can just do it with the wind. The air pollution is going this direction, which is why we moved this industrial area further back. I think what we can get away with here is maybe sneaking this crematorium back here somewhere. Can it fit here? No, not really. I think we place it right here. The back side of it is going to get covered because you're going to have some additional businesses popping in. Turn everything off here except for the grids. And we're going to send a path straight along the side here. Great. And then I am going to grab just one more office building and place that office right there on the corner. So that little area of Crest Grove, the Fawn Street kind of cul-de-sac, fills out a bit more. Garbage-wise, garbage processing status, we're doing great. Schools, I know we need another elementary school, and I think since the closest one is there, and really they're all kind of over here, elementary, 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 this area needs its own. And I think that's all this zoning, it's gotta go. Because this block here, is actually going to be a pretty large, I think, education block. So let's do this. Let's grab this high school campus. Ooh. These buildings are larger than I remembered. This goes all the way through Fawn Street, so I don't want to interfere with that. If we fit the high school in, we would not be able to fit in the elementary school. However, we could dezone this section. This is why I didn't want to zone first. I got ahead of myself there. We could dezone this section. The high school could fit beautifully along Fawn Street. And then, or excuse me, the elementary school. And then our high school, it is barely clipping that road. So I'm going to anarchy this in here because I don't see why we wouldn't fit this just right here along this road. Turn off anarchy, quit out of here. Do we see any areas like, I mean, that's what's causing the collision, and that's so minor. I do want to go ahead and move it. Turn off all of our snap twos. We are going to move it so that it is as close over here to the corner as possible. Keep anarchy on. And I'm going to use that hedge in the bottom right corner to try to line us up. There we go. So now we're kind of touching this edge as much as we can. Unfortunately, though, one thing we're going to do here, let's just right off the bat increase the capacity of this, and we can give it... Can't give it this extension because that would be too large, but we could give it a small little park. Yeah, place it right there. That's fine. The high school, I don't know... Oh, these just both go on the side. So what do we have? A library that extends the selection of textbooks, better chance of graduating. Sure. Slap on anarchy real quick so we can make this work. And then let's also just increase the capacity of this as well. It's going to be a nice, large high school in this area. And I know I said I was going to do this off camera, but I'm going to just quickly go ahead and slap down some trees all throughout this little section. So now we've got educational facilities over here as well, which is great. Do we have... Fire, we do. We got a police station or fire station there, fire station there. Police, we've got one here, one here. They look fine. Welfare office, it should be covered by this one, which is great. We have not done the public transit yet. And then we do have a park. Because we're still kind of early days here, let's go ahead and add in some other park as well. I wouldn't mind doing, if we could fit a soccer field somewhere, that would be pretty cool. We could actually anarchy off. It does look like we could. Nope, no, we can't. For a second, I was like, ooh, we can fit a soccer field. We could fit one here. There's technically one right there. However, ooh, or we could fit it right here in the middle. It fits perfectly. Why would we not? All right, there's going to be a soccer field there. We will also place just a small little parking lot across the street. So if you're there for the game, you can park easily. I guess we could also look at a community pool, maybe over here in this area, so that this neighborhood isn't so lacking. I mean, it has the park, the park's building in it, but man, did we just kind of abandon this whole section. Let's place it right here along Fawn Street, which Fawn Street's going to be an issue for me because if you notice, it does that loop around thing, which I think is strange. But there's this community pool, and right behind it is some beautiful trees. That's great. Okay, so we've got that area. This is going to grow up really nicely and look great. I think now we're at a place where let's address postal service. We look okay. I could see us expanding our postal offering to having one additional post office over here somewhere. So we have a post office here. That's going to cover this whole area. And I was trying to be pretty good about naming things. So this is the Grove Crest Post Office. Okay. All right. So summer is looking like it's turning a bit. So we might be getting close. Oh no, we're still in June. What am I saying? So we might be getting close to fall, but no, we're not. I don't think this has changed any, but again, I wasn't paying a ton of attention to know. So we're just going to go ahead and zone it anyway and hope for the best. We've not really dealt with any of the demand that we have had for low density commercial, or excuse me, low density residential. And so I am purposefully filling all of this with low density residential. Nothing fancy. They're gonna hate living here for a while, and that's okay. They're allowed. It's not really that great. We will make these little areas here some shops just off of the park area there, but then all of this as well is gonna shift on over to being low density residential. I think we have a European style selected. That's fine. And then let's only do 3 back, no more. And then here we can do some of this row homes because I think along the train line there it's gonna be a little loud. It's not gonna really be great for you to have your houses there. Like this here could all be row homes if you ask me. Back there could be row homes coming off that business. I was going to leave this blank, but I think this is now going to be correction. This is going to be business. Row homes are going to be behind it. I think over here we'll have row homes kind of facing into this area, and then this will all be lower density residential. Okay. It may take forever for this to zone in because, again, this area is not particularly suited for people, for residents, but eventually it will be. I mean, there's currently 1,500 students going to this school, even though no one lives over here. So that's something exciting. Do we have an idea of, like, if I look at households, no, residents, children, 182, and then 180... or 186 and 182 teens. I think what I would like to do is select some operating districts. So Fairview Ridge, Lake East, Grove Crest, and Coleridge Bluff can all send their students to Grove Crest Elementary School. And we also have Grove Crest High School, which again, I think is going to service Fairview Ridge, Lake East, Grove Crest, and Coleridge Bluff. This is the Manor Acres, caps lock, Manor Acres High School, which is going to service Manor Acres, Elizabeth Square, and Hawthorne Heights. Do I have another high school campus? If I click education, that's another elementary school. This is the only other high school that we have in the city right now. And it's servicing these 3 districts. It can do Washington Glade. There's not many people there. This area is going to need a high school. It's got a college. It has a university. It has an elementary school. It does not have a high school. Is that something that we could just kind of maybe slap down? This is looking phenomenal, if you ask me. Phenomenal. I think if we were to slap it down, I think I would want to say like goodbye to maybe an area like that. This feels like maybe a rash choice. This land is flat though. Autosave. The land is flat, which I think is one of the big problems. But we could place this here as well as have kind of like this sports complex. Although I think I would rather this just be surrounded. We desperately need a hospital over here though. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. I'm sorry, everybody. You're servicing those districts. You're servicing these districts. No one is servicing these districts. I think it just needs to be over here. What kind of bus situation we have going on? Here. Change this up. Bam, bam. You. This stop is going to stop here. It's not going to stop there. This is going to stop here. It's not going to stop here. We're then going to get rid of this, this, and this, as well as basically all of those roads. Sorry, you guys got to get out of here. You can try to stay. That's fine. I mean, I'm still going to be building a high school here, so maybe this is prime real estate. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want to live around the high school. I mean, it's going to be engulfed by some buildings. It's not a perfect solution, but it'll work for now. We are going to give it both upgrades to increase graduation chance as well as capacity. And then this is going to service Linden Crest, Summit Hill, McDry, Kersey, Crestview, and Belmont. If you live in Lowest Peak, Factor Shore, Jers Divide, or Sunrise Gardens, you're out of luck. We don't provide education to those districts right now. Okay. So now I think that's a better kind of spread here. This has 49 students. This is 529, and this has 12. Okay. This still has 1,500, which I didn't actually name this one yet. Now I've started something that I guess I have to stop. I guess I have to finish. Elizabeth Square. And you're going to service, obviously, Elizabeth Square. Obviously, not Hawthorne Heights, actually. You can also service Manor Acres and Washington Glade. You're servicing what neighborhoods, by the way? You're not going to service Coleridge. You're going to stay on this side of the highway. You are going to service Coleridge. This elementary school, which is Hawthorne Elementary School, is going to service Hawthorne Heights as well as Elizabeth Square. And it's going to service Crestview. And then this elementary school, which is Kersey, I believe. So Kersey Elementary School is going to service Kersey, McDry, Belmont, Summit Hill. Linden Crest would need its own at that point. Okay. Still lacking on people moving in here, but I was going to use this as kind of my measure. There was 2 tiles here that have red in them, and as of right now, 4 tiles in and 2 tiles over. We do still have some serious pollution there. It wasn't a great way to show you that, but there we go. Buses is what I wanted to kind of address. So I think I want to switch this up a little bit. So we have this bus route here that goes all the way along this edge. It comes up here, loops back around, reconnects to itself, and comes over here. First of all, move this over here. comes in front of the train station, comes on down, and then begins to move its way up through Fairview Ridge. Can't place this here because there's a pathway that's apparently blocking it. Okay, fine. If that pathway is causing so much drama, I'll get rid of it. So we're going to change this, and I want to select that one. Yep. We're going to have it go here on its way back. I do want it to go here as well. And then I think it's going to continue. That gets you to the elementary school, excuse me. I think that's good enough. I don't think that needs to keep going. I don't want it to go all the way up through here. This other line here, Belmont Fairview Connection. What was this one called? The Riverside Connection, yes. The Belmont Fairview Connection made sense when it was a small separated industrial zone, but now it's not. It's a full-on neighborhood, and that kind of cuts all the way through down the heart of the city, which is great. There's a traffic jam here. We're going to deal with that in a second. I think I like it coming in. I think I would like it to not do all this. It's too much. It's just too much. I would like you to stop there, and you can stop here. I mean, if you're already on this bus, like, you might as well just stop there. It's fine. But you stop at those 2 points, and then you leave. I think you're just here to kind of loop back around. What would need to happen now, though, is we need to add in an additional bus line that I think is going to go... It's going to use this stop. It's going to loop up and come over here. It would come out here. So then that bus is going to stop here. We're going to go down 3 blocks because we're in the suburbs. We're going to go down 3 more blocks because we're in the suburbs. Come over here. You're not going to go here. I don't think this bus stop is valuable. That one might be valuable, but for now we're going to ditch it. You're going to come down here. Then we get to this intersection. You're going to go past and you're going to go to the elementary school, where you're going to turn left. You're going to come up here closer to the high school. We have an issue with the anarchy of the high school. We're going to anarchy this bus stop in. I might regret that later, but for now, we're going to run with it. You're going to come up here. You're going to turn back around, and I think you are going to stop here in front of the train station before coming back to the connection you were already on. So we're going to stop there near the high school. We're going to stop here near the clinic, come back down, stop here, stop here, stop here before turning back to go over the bridge and connect up to this stop. Okay, I'm happy with that. So we're going to go from here over to here, over to here, and just finish this whole little route. Now, this line is going to need a name. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Undo that. Okay. Bus line 9. So this bus line, we were just kind of naming them based after the neighborhoods they were in. So I think we're going to name this Grove Crest. Just call it a day. Grove Crest is going to be a nice light gray whitey color. Great. So nobody's using it yet. Some of these are doing great. I mean, the Belmont Fairview connection has 104% usage, which is phenomenal. I don't know how that's working and if, there's a lot of people waiting at bus stops or not, but for now, I'm not going to complain about it. So we've built this area out. I don't know how long it will take for the pollution to subside, but in the meantime, we're just going to sit and chill and see what happens. It might be able to solve itself. This isn't ideal that they can go left and right, so I think that this interchange here is going to have to get some upgrades soon. But for now, I mean, I'm pretty happy with how Grove Crest is looking. Fast forward. Y'all good? Because this is not working in the way that I had intended. And I'm wondering if I need to just switch it up somehow. The problem I have is it's a level crossing. And I tried to keep this as flat and as level as possible. But I think this might be causing more pain than it's worth. We're going to just leave it for now. If you have a better solution to getting... I mean, there's a very limited amount of space I have to kind of connect to this road. But knowing they can go backwards, I'm half tempted just to send this down this way. Say, screw this kind of weird piece here. And instead just take this down next to it and then connect up further down. You know what? To round things out for the day... We're just going to go ahead and do that because I think what's going on right now is a little ridiculous and I don't like it. Pause it real quick so we can get rid of this power line. We're going to send this kind of next to it for a minute. At which point we are going to go ahead and connect in. It's going to happen further down. It's not the most beautiful road there, but then you can, knowing that they can go backwards, like it just doesn't seem necessary to have all this. It feels wildly over-engineered. So let's back this section up as well, because that's not necessary. Switch over to this 2-lane road. Curve off of this. Here, let's do a complex curve. We'll go from here to here. There we go. And I mean, this is not something that you get a through fare, a quick train through. This is coming from the rail, or the rail yard. So I'm not worried about that being somewhat of a sharper turn, just because you're going to be going very slow at that point in the journey. If it was, you know, further along or a bit more related to a high speed portion of the line, that wouldn't work, but I think for this section that's going to be just fine. Okay, let's reconnect up this power. What did I unplug? I unplugged, it looks like, the transformer station. Could not remember what that's called. Let's go ahead and fast forward this. Let's see if this is still going to work. So we've got 4,913 tons of storage there. 4,918. We've got this guy here. Okay, let's follow you. You don't got anything on you, but you're going to come out, right? And then you're going to just go backwards. And I think that that's fine with me. I don't see why that would not work. You would know in advance that there's a train about to turn around, and you would know to slow down. That works. All right, so this area of Grove Crest is popping off. They're doing wonderful things over here. People love the soccer field. Let's just get a little peek here. I do want to give them some speed bumps. I also want to encourage recycling. And I think Grove Crest will call it a gated community. Increases the well-being of a residents and reduces crime in the area. We're going to give it that just because it's really terrible right now because all of Grove Crest is filled with pollution. They're trying to act like they're fancy, but man, oh man, they are polluted to the brim. That guy there is great. Oh, that's interesting. So this shows you that there's passengers waiting 285, passengers waiting 4. Passengers waiting 370. So I guess this shows you where like the most passengers are, maybe? I mean, this bus is full. This bus is overcrowded. This bus is overcrowded. How many passengers are waiting here? 0. How many are here? 217. How many are here? 63. Can we just get more buses on this line? Assigned vehicles. Let's give you 10 vehicles. I don't see why we wouldn't. Do we have enough vehicles for this? I think I have 1 or 2 depots. I mean, this bus depot here is 50. Yeah, we're fine. We've got more space. And actually, we're about to close off. But I think, knowing nobody else wants to live here right now, let's go ahead and get another bus depot. Can we upgrade to a taxi stop, a terminal for buses? Air pollution low, noise pollution medium. As if the thing that this neighborhood needs is just more pollution of any kind. But you know what? You guys can dislike it. That's fine. I think it would benefit all of you to have an open mind to development and not be so NIMBY about it, because I think more buses for you is a positive. And we'll even make it electric. I know. I know. The ground pollution is a problem. I know. I know. And that sucks. That really does suck. It's apparently 400 people waiting here. Oh no, 0 are waiting here now. Okay. I do want to change this to all electric vehicles. So, sorry guys, but we do have to shift over to electric, so there's going to be a bit of a transition period. Get used to it. All right, I think that's about it. I've done everything I set out to do. All these houses look identical, which isn't great. We've added in this beautiful bus depot. I think the only thing I might do off camera is maybe upgrade some of these roads to have trees, and just hope that with time, the land pollution goes down. I think it's just going to take ages. This might be one of those areas that just doesn't develop for a long time. But good old Grove Crest. It's the gated community that nobody lives in. All right, guys, that's where we're going to leave this part here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.